honesty is the best policy.
Or the other one I've used is we're meeting so and so downstairs in 10 minutes, so we have to go. And then we go down there and meet so and so, then we bring them up to the room.
Oh, is that right?
That's right. Hey guys, it's John and Jackie of OpenLove101.com. Welcome to our show. Let's start off by reminding you to please sign up to Open Love 101 here on the YouTube channel. Click the blue bell to be notified of our upcoming videos. And you can go to OpenLove101.com and sign up for our email list there. You'll be notified of events we have coming up, blogs and videos, etc., etc., etc. Today, what are we talking about, Jacqueline?
Today we're going to talk about hotel takeovers.
Hotel takeovers.
And we're going to kind of slide in some hotel takeover / conventions.
Oh, okay,
because those are kind of the same, but kind of different. So
yeah,
I think we're going to talk about
for sure
all of that. And I have my trusty notes here from Courtney.
Thanks, Courtney, for the notes.
So I will stay on track. I can be a squirrel. Okay. So what is a hotel takeover?
You know, the one I'm most familiar with is probably here in the Houston market, and it would be desirousparties.com, and they do 3 a year, and they're like weekend-long events. Theirs are themed around music, although it's geared towards people in a lifestyle. And then people might go play in their rooms or something like that. But they have different rooms set up with DJs and different types of music playing and by the pool. And that would be a hotel takeover. A convention might be a little bit longer. It could be a weekend-long convention, but there you might find more speakers and products for sale, classes, things like that.
Yeah. And a hotel takeover is when a business, that's within the lifestyle, they partner with a hotel and they sell all the rooms to people that are in the lifestyle or within that community.
Yeah, that's
right. So there's nobody from outside of the, there's no families at the hotel. There's no, business people at the hotel. It's strictly, they completely close it off. It almost becomes a private venue at that point. And, typically, they're over a weekend, but some of them can be much longer. They can be a whole week.
And those are normally more convention style.
And there's
also some that are smaller, just one night hotel takeovers where they just are getting a bunch of people together in a hotel. They might have a dance during the night, and then people they may have playrooms, they may not, but it's really more about getting people together in the same place.
Right. And it is a great way to gather people from the community in which people live in order to kind of hang out, get to know each other. Maybe people come from out of town. That way they can visit the location, the city that it's in, because we have them all over the country.
Yeah.
I mean, they're everywhere. They're going on all the time. And you can find these hotel takeovers or these conventions by going on some of the adult social sites where parties and clubs post listings of events that they have, and you can kind of get on a mailing list for that and be notified. A lot of times clubs will partner with these as well, and so you can kind of find out information maybe on even club sites about hotel takeovers that are coming up, or just Google, like in your area, are there any swinger takeover parties coming up or anything? Yeah,
I think what you said, the main thing is probably on the adult social sites. We promote a couple. There's another one that's around the country called Splash that's really big. It does have some seminars. We've spoken at that event, pool parties and nighttime entertainment. You also find in some areas where there'll be selling items that people might use, different types of clothing, sexy bathing suits, BDSM equipment, maybe
jewelry, clothing that's geared more towards swinger messages,
right?
Maybe, or poly messages or BDSM messages. So it's a great way to add to your wardrobe as well. But what makes a hotel takeover different from other lifestyle events?
It's in a hotel. Is it, I mean, different than other, so, I mean, you have different types of lifestyle events or where they take place. It could be on a cruise ship. It could be a villa in Italy. It could be a hotel in the United States or somewhere else in the world. It could be at a club. It could be a house party. So those are the main types of lifestyle events that there are. It really just has to do about where the venue is that it's taking place. The cool thing about a hotel takeover is everyone that attends is going to be staying the night there in that hotel. And you may have a chance to meet them at dinner or breakfast or by the pool. So there's going to be, more time you're able to spend with someone at a hotel takeover than, say, at a club.
Yeah, where you're just going to be spending a few hours.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you don't have to worry about getting in your car. You can just stay at the hotel for however long that you want to. Now, preparing for a hotel takeover. So what do you need to bring?
Yeah, I think that's going to depend upon the type that we're talking about here.
Mm-hmm.
If it's just going to be a one night, it's really a party at a hotel for one night. If it's a weekend long event or a week long event, which would be more like a lifestyle convention at that point. And number one, a lot of these have theme nights.
No, most of them have theme nights.
So you really got to find out what that theme night is. Is it Devil and Angels, or is it going to be a pirate theme for the
superheroes?
Dance?
Yeah. I mean, it can be anything and everything. That's the one thing. People in the lifestyle love costumes.
Yes.
They really do.
You probably need one suitcase, if it's more than one night, just for your costumes and your makeup and your shoes and bathing suits if you want to do bathing suit changes. So all of those things. Be sure when you're looking at the flyer, the online flyer for the hotel takeover event, that you look at the themes. And you can decide, not everyone dresses in theme, but I know some events where people are all out, 90% of people dress in theme. And if it's like that, it is a lot of fun to dress in theme. Jackie and I have done some. We've had much fun getting costumes together for those events.
So much fun. And sometimes if you are participating in a hotel takeover / convention, where they have vendors, sometimes those vendors will be there specifically because they are selling outfits that will fit the theme night.
True.
So you can add to. And then a lot of times they'll have makeup artists. So, you can take advantage of that as well. What expectations?
Well, there's more to bring. I'm not done with that.
Oh, we're not done. We're not done.
I mean, that just covered the costumes.
That did just cover the costumes.
Some hotel takeovers, there's quite a few where you have to buy your alcohol at the hotel. So when the promoter is putting together the package with the hotel, they have a deal with the hotel that they have to sell
drink package.
Certain much. Yeah. So it's important you don't try and don't bring alcohol if you're supposed to be buying the drinks there. It's really important to support the promoter that way.
Yeah.
He needs to hit that number, or he's going to be hit with an extra
or he's not going to be
charge.
able to do them. Yeah.
Yeah. So if not enough people drink or eat, then there's going to be an additional charge to the promoter he's going to have to pay.
Right.
So it's important to support whoever the promoter is and not trying to sneak stuff in there. That wasn't something to bring, but it's something definitely not to bring. Make sure you bring enough clothes for the event. If you're going to walk around, if for instance it's in New Orleans and you want to walk around town, make sure you have the attire to do that. That's not at the if it's not themed. And then maybe some toys.
Oh, well, isn't that funny how I just assume that's a given? Yes. Toys, condoms, any of those kind of
lube,
play geared activities.
Yes.
You want to make sure sometimes at these you have to dress differently if you're going to go into play areas like pajamas or lingerie. So you want to make sure that you have
check that. And make sure
you have to just read the information that the convention or the hotel takeover puts out to make sure that you have everything that you need.
And then depending on the hotel, how late they serve dinner, I'm going to probably want to bring some snacks, because if we're staying out, if we're doing something late night, playing late or something like that, when I get back to the room, I'm going to want like a power bar or something.
We usually have a backpack that's just full of all kinds of stuff.
Fruit and stuff like
fruit,
that,
candy bars, chips, all that kind of stuff. Because that is going to happen. Anything else as far as what to bring?
Yeah, you need to check and see if the hotel has hair dryers. If they don't, you make sure you bring a hair dryer and your straightener and your curling iron. Some of the hotels where I've seen these are, probably 2-star hotels. They may not have that stuff in the rooms. If it's a more upscale hotel, they probably have that kind of stuff available. You may not have to bring it. Nicer hotels will have robes if you're into robes. Other ones may not.
Slippers.
So if you like robes and slippers, for sure.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else. Courtney, can you think of anything you take to a hotel?
I would check to make sure that the pool is nude or not.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sometimes you gotta, maybe wear the bottoms or the top.
Sometimes there's topless. Sometimes it can be nude, and a lot of times it's fully clothed. So, or bathing suits.
Yeah. Sunglasses, sunscreen, all that kind of fun stuff. What expectations should you have for a hotel takeover? We love that word expectation, don't we? We love expectations.
I mean, I wouldn't have any. I would just go there and hopefully, put yourself out there and meet some people, hear some great music. If it's more of a convention style, see some great speakers, learn something about the lifestyle or about something else you're curious about, BDSM, get a suntan. If it's raining, they'll probably have to bring whatever was planned outside inside. And so, that's it. I would just really keep my expectations low and just look to have a good time with your partner and see what happens.
It's been my experience with all of the hotel takeovers and all of the conventions and all of these kind of things that we've participated in. The best experiences that I've had at these is when I've had no expectation.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you insert an expectation, your entire drive, your entire focus shifts from just being able to enjoy yourself to some kind of goal that you've got to reach. And the likelihood for disappointment is much higher when you're trying to attain something. Especially when it involves other people, you're trying to, you start trying to control that environment instead of just enjoy, let things be really organic and just kind of happen as they happen. That way it just becomes a bonus, like you said, to the weekend or the night. You're getting a chance to just do something kind of fun, dress up, have a good time, be with your partner, be with your friends. And then if something happens, it's just like, oh, look at that. Look at this thing that happened. So we're not huge proponents of walking into something with any kind of an expectation.
And the other thing too I missed is there are some hotel takeovers that are out of the country.
There are.
And so in that case, you need to make sure you have your visa if you need one, your passport, stuff that you're going to use for traveling a long distance out of the country. And then those are actually a lot of fun because then you get to see a new place, new countryside, new people.
Yeah, and you can do research too on those. And sometimes even those hotel takeovers or conventions will have outings, that maybe they've set up or that you have options to maybe purchase additional outings or whatever.
Right.
I know we've rented boats when we've gone out of the country and toured areas.
Zip lining.
Yeah. That was great because I had no expectation of that.
That's right.
What should you talk about with your partner before attending a hotel takeover?
So I think that's like anytime you're going with your partner, if you haven't been in the lifestyle for very long, it's just really important to make sure you have your boundaries established. You communicate about, where your limits are, what you plan. Jackie and I really like having positive boundaries. So they're not really boundaries. They're like, this is what I want to see you do while we're there. And she would say to me, this is what I would like to see you do. And then you kind of like work towards that goal. Definitely talk about that. And if you plan on going to dances, so you can be prepared for those types of things. What else, Jackie?
Well, I know, for instance, you and I, we don't have a problem playing separately. So we just make sure that we've reaffirmed like that's going to be okay. It's not going to be a big deal if we're if we're out by the pool at a night party and we're dancing around and enjoying ourselves and something starts happening with somebody else, we know enough to say, hey, I'll be back in a little bit. And we know our partner's going to be fine with that, just as long as we let the other person know so that they're not like,
Right.
what happened to my partner? Where are they? Should I be concerned? So just making sure that you've discussed, kind of what you're okay with and, like you said, like what you would like to see happen and then, you can even talk about the theme nights. Are you guys going to dress up?
Right.
Are you not going to dress up? So that, because a lot of times I will dress up for every single solitary thing. And you're like, I am so not doing that. I'm wearing my jeans and my t-shirts. So, just make sure that you have those conversations. Then we talked about this. Should you plan for extra activities outside of the hotel takeover? City tours, sightseeing.
Definitely if you're going someplace new. I mean, you and I would do that. If we went someplace new, we would try and see some things that aren't really on the agenda for the hotel takeover and do some exploring. And we may, like you'd mentioned, renting a boat. We rented a boat a couple times with some hotel takeovers in Mexico.
Yeah.
And took friends with us and explored
different areas.
Yeah, that's a lot of
islands.
fun.
Those are fun. Yeah. And then at the hotel takeover, so you finally are there. How do you talk to other attendees?
I mean, it's like anything when you're in a social environment where you don't know people. If you know people, I mean, start with them. Otherwise, you just, I don't know. You walk around and say hi, introduce yourselves. You find people that you think you connect with at least visually, and you go from there. And if there's no place to sit, ask people if you can join them. There's many, many times on hotel takeovers where we'll sit at a big 8-seat table and just random people will join us. And that's a great way to meet people. Just be one of the first ones down there. Or if you walk down late, sit with people that you don't know and meet them that way.
Well, and most of the time hotel takeovers, I mean, not all of the time, but most of the time they're kind of geared around pool, the warmer weather. So you have more options of what to wear. And the pool is just a great place, whether you're lounging around the pool or in the pool. And, I feel like I just have to put this out there. You don't have to talk about anything different than you would talk to anybody about anything. I mean, just because it is a lifestyle gathering doesn't mean that there's some kind of secret coding discussions that we're having.
Right.
We're still talking about, what do you do for work? Is this the first time you've been to one of these? How many other ones have you been to? How long have you guys been married? Do you have kids? I mean, then those conversations just start to feed off of that. Oh, I work here. Oh, I know somebody that does that.
Are you in the
I'm
DVP?
retired. No.
No.
Yeah. So it's very organic. It's easy. It's not as difficult as we think. You don't have to walk into an area in a lifestyle thing and just be like, so are we going to all have sex with each other? I mean, that's just not going to be the first thing that happens. I mean, it might be the first thing
Not
you say,
normally,
but yeah, not normally. And then planning your day at the hotel takeover. Those are usually the hotel takeover kind of has a loose plan available. Like they have breakfast available in the restaurant from this time to this time. And then, we're going to be at the pool, or we've got this party starting at this time, or the vendors are going to be open from this time to this time. So yeah. So just pay attention to that. And then, should you talk to your partner about boundaries at the event? Which I think you and I've already discussed that.
But you can always sit back and talk about how you want to maybe expand the boundaries while you're there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that can be a great place to do that, because again, you're going to be around people that have either been in the lifestyle a very long time or other people that are new. And so you kind of run the gamut of being able to have those discussions with people. And sometimes it's really great, especially if you're new or it's the first time that you've been to one, to kind of connect with somebody who's been to them a lot, or they've been in the lifestyle a lot, and they can kind of almost be like a mentor. right?
Right.
To, maybe trying some things, especially if you feel as though you can trust them, and maybe you can, try out some things with another couple that maybe you feel comfortable with. Yeah, hotel takeovers are great.
And then I got a question on YouTube from one of our subscribers.
Yeah.
And they had been to a hotel takeover where they didn't have playrooms. So if you were going to play, you had to play in their room. And their question was, how do we get the couple to leave when we're done playing if they overstay their welcome?
And I'm thinking in that situation, I would be turning to you and be like, take care of this.
Yeah, you would.
I would be.
I mean, I know what I do is I'd be like, hey guys, we've had a great time. You're amazing. We can't wait to do this again. We are beat and we have an early morning. Would you guys mind so we can go to sleep?
Yeah.
And that's it. Night, night, kiss, kiss. See you mañana.
Exactly.
I mean, you just got to tell them how it is. It's time for bed.
Well, that's kind of where honesty is the best policy.
Well, the other one I've used is we're meeting so-and-so downstairs in 10 minutes, so we have to go. And then we go down there and meet so-and-so, then we bring them up to the room.
Oh, is that right?
That's right. But anyway, just, be polite, and I think going to bed is probably the best one. I mean, it's probably the most common for sure. So.
Yeah.
Anything else on there, Jacqueline?
No, I think that probably covers everything, unless you can think of something else that we've left out.
Well, on our email for this particular video, we list a couple of hotel takeovers, a link to desirousparties.com, and they also have a brand that has traveling hotel takeovers trips, Splash, which is here throughout the United States, and Naughty Nolans, which is a really big convention here in New Orleans. So you can check there and click on those links. And then also we promote some of those through ads, specific events. So be sure and check those out as well. And then once again, sign up for our email list at openlevel101.com, and you'll receive that information. Just fill out the form, give us your email, and boom, we'll send you the stuff that we think you might be interested in. It was great. Thanks, Jackie.
See ya.
See ya. So did you like that video? Then be sure and click on that subscribe button below, and you'll be guaranteed great sex the rest of your life.